Okay, so today we're just going to go through a little workout. It's very low impact. It's 8 exercises. You're going to do either 10 reps or 1 minute depending on the exercise, and then my recommendation is you do it either 3 or 5 times through. I'm just going to go through it once, 10 reps or as close to a minute as I can want to do, and I'll just talk through some technical bits, and then you can obviously have a go for 3 to 5 rounds. So your first exercise, very simple, a walkout push-up. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand nice and tall, feet shoulder width apart, and then you're going to fold down starting with the head. So it's like a Pilates roll down. Your chin will come into your chest, and then you try and roll down one vertebrae at a time till your hands reach the floor. Walk your hands out into the press-up position. Then from here it's either a press-up or a press-up from the knees, and then walk your hands back in. Roll back up. So that'd be 1. I'll do a few more and I'll change the angle just so you can see what I'm doing. So we roll down, hands come out, press up, walk them back in. If we're doing it from our knees, we roll down, hands walk out to our knees, press up, back up. We'll go from this side. So we're rolling down, hands walk out, push up, hands walk in, roll back up. Or if we're doing it for our knees, we roll down, hands walk out to the knees, push up, back up. If we're doing the press up from the knees, try to remember you still want to create the same angle. So you're going to place your hands in a similar position to a normal push up. So if you start in the extended plank like going to do a push up, then drop your knees. If you don't move, you should find that you're still in the correct position to activate the chest, which is what we're trying to do. So that's your first exercise. I'm going to stay on the floor for exercise 2. Talking about extended plank, we're going to do a minute of plank. You have a choice of either doing extended or plank from the elbows. It's personal preference. It's whatever you feel comfortable with for this. So if you're doing extended plank, hands under the shoulders, onto your toes, and you're creating a straight line from the back of your head to the back of your heels. And we just hold, and you should squeeze your belly button so that you're pulling your stomach in towards your spine, and that will lock it in. If you're doing it from your elbows, it's exactly the same, but we're down here. So now my elbows are under my shoulders, I squeeze my belly button in, and I hold it. So that's your second exercise. Exercise number 3, change position again. Staying in an extended plank position, what we're going to do is shoulder tap. So we're going to be in plank, but we're going to alternate what hand touches our shoulders. So I'll move around so you can see from different angles. So we're in extended plank, and then we are just taking our hands away and tapping our shoulders. You will get a little bit of body roll, a little bit of hip rotation, but you want to minimise that as much as possible. The more you minimise that, the more you're working your core, the more locked in you are. That's your shoulder taps. Then we're going to do ankle taps. So for this one, we get into what I always refer to as the V position. So we sit down onto our tailbone. We lift our feet up off the floor, and this automatically gets our core activated. For ankle taps, we're just going to be in this position, and all you're going to do is reach round and touch your ankles on each side. For both this and the shoulder taps, if we don't roll over backwards, we're saying it's 10, but it's 10 on each side. Once you've done your ankle taps, we stay on the floor, we go to side plank. We're going to do 1 minute on the left, 1 minute on the right. I'm just going to do a little bit on both just so you can see. So what we do for side plank, start laying down on our sides, elbow underneath the shoulder, hand flat, stack the feet up, and then we're just going to lift up our hips so we have this gap between the floor and our hip bone. A lot of the weight is going through our ankle and our shoulder, but we're maintaining a locked or braced core, or the obliques here on the left side closest to the floor, to hold us up. When we've done a minute, or as close as we can, We relax. I'm going to spin round so you can stay with me. Elbow underneath the shoulder again, stacked feet, raise up. Now if you can't maintain this for any length of time, then what I would recommend you do is you get into this position, you squeeze up, hold for as long as you can, 3, 4, 5 seconds, relax, take a minute, go again, and set yourself a number of repetitions of that length of time. 5, 6 repetitions, so we're still stacking up to about a minute. After you've done both sides of side plank, get a little bit more dynamic, we're going to do walkout burpees. A walkout burpee is a burpee with very little impact. So we start standing up, feet shoulder width apart. What we're going to do, a bit like the roll down for the push-up, we're just going to come down, place your left hand, place your right hand, step out your left foot, step out your right foot, step in the right foot, step in the left foot, and then you either stand up straight, or if you want to add a bit more dynamism, a little jump. So we'll do it again, left hand, left foot, right foot, right foot, left foot, stand up, a little jump if you want. And then the last exercise, that was exercise 7, we're going to do what I'm referring to as a walk through get up. So we're going to stand, space behind us, we're going to take left or right hand, doesn't really have to watch, as we go to do a sitting down motion. So we're coming down, we're going to put a hand out behind us, make sure it stops us, sit onto the floor, lie down, sit up, push the hand down, stand up. So it's just this action, taking our time. So we're literally getting up and down off the floor. The idea is to do 10 repetitions. You should probably alternate which hand you're placing down behind you, which I haven't done on this occasion, but I will now. And go for 10 repetitions. So there you have it, there's 8 exercises, either 10 reps or 1 minute for each one. 3 times through, maybe the first time you try it, build up to doing it 5 times through, see how you get on. Well done.